We have reached our last segment talking about securing portfolio investment under the current market situation. And we're going to have another view from Mr. Vicky Amarnani from Monex Invest in the Futures to conclude his view toward our topic. I always recall this is your favorite subject of discussion as well, commodities, which is gold here. Well, gold has been within a range bound and finding resistance near the 1,420, if I'm not mistaken, to 1,430 levels.
Yeah.
What can we expect actually from the gold in the near future?
Well, I mean, we can see at the time being gold has lost its shine. I mean, the reason gold was rallying, I mean, one of the major reasons it was rallying was because of quantitative easing. QE1, QE2, QE3, we saw gold rally to over $1,900 per troy ounce. But recently, because of the dollar strength, the end of QE3, inflation in the US under 2%. If inflation was high, that would have been supportive of gold price. All these reasons are basically affecting the gold price to drop. Also, even in terms of jewelry demand, such as India putting higher imports on gold price have also affected the consumption of gold because India is the largest consumer of gold. Also, maybe before when Europe was under crisis, under panic in 2011, people saw gold as a safe haven appeal. But now gold has lost its shine, and temporarily, I mean, my view on the gold is it's more on a range bound. So it is more of a trading opportunity than an investing opportunity. I see gold trading within the range of $1,150 to $1,500 in terms of the broad range. But any drop below 1,300, we'll see strong physical buying to support gold. Any rally above 1,400, all the big boys, the big institutions are ready to sell gold. So I think we're seeing gold into a narrow range bound. It also depends on the 17-18 Fed meeting, what they see of gold, how much they will taper the assets. The more they cut down the stimulus buying, the more the US dollar rally, the more the gold will drop as well.
Another frequently been discussed commodities is oil.
Yes.
Let's talk about the oil price. It has remained high, especially due to this kind of Syria conflict, right?
Yes, I mean, if you see Syria in terms of contribution, how much oil do they contribute to the global production? It's not even 1%. But the concern is the whole Middle Eastern region. If the US, if the Congress approves and the US are allowed to put missile strikes on into Syria, those issues are there. There will be issues in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East, Bahrain. The fear is that if it affects the whole Middle Eastern region, and if a war occurs, which I do not think it would lead to that stage, but if a war occurs, people have feared. I mean, the demand for oil would go up. But does it justify for oil to be at WTI oil to be at $110 per barrel? No, it doesn't. Can the economy survive if the oil price is $110? No. With slower growth, dollar strength, US crude oil inventories near record highs. The fair value of oil is actually $90. It is this temporary event, this political event, that is basically driving oil prices high. So eventually, we may remain escalated, but I see oil price coming back down. But there's a strong support at $97 to $98. I know that's very far away. For the time being, yes, oil may trade above $105, but over the next 1-2 months, if the matter settles down, I see oil coming back below $100.
In the earlier segment, you mentioned about your optimism toward Indonesian economic stability, especially when we talk about the economic growth projection. What do you think when people say that our economic growth is actually neither sustainable nor inclusive, realizing the inconvenient fact that our growth is still mainly driven by a commodity boom as well as the domestic consumption only? What do you
Correct,
think?
but 60% from the GDP of Indonesia, 60% is domestic consumption, which is very healthy, because if we're dependent more on exports and imports, it affects more. But with 60% of domestic consumption, there is good domestic consumption to support it. And in terms of all the other points we mentioned, stronger banking regulation, decent reserves, lower unemployment, 5.5% to 6% growth is spectacular. Look at US, like barely trying to climb to 2%. The Eurozone only 0.3%. So I mean, that is one positive factor. So with good policies, reducing the panic, the sentiment improving, hopefully good policies come in place, basically higher interest rates in the Indonesian rupiah, we can settle down. But yes, time being, I do not see any magnificent strength in the rupiah.
So still the key factor here is depend on the right policy, right? Has it really been able in terms of supporting this positive condition? We happen to have many insert picture about Monex Invest in the Futures here. Let's talk about Monex Invest in the Future. I believe in the upcoming day we are going to have a trading currency and also gold. Tell us
Correct,
what
yeah.
event Monex is
Yes,
going
I
to
mean,
have.
just as a quick add-on, I mean, with the current market, another diversification you can do is look to trade markets. When I say trade, I refer to trading online, where you can trade commodities such as gold, oil, currencies, indices, stocks, because what the advantage of online trading is that you don't have to keep exposure in the market for too long. You can even day trade. With so much uncertainty in the market, you can trade for a couple of hours, follow the trend, make a couple of points and get out of the market with good risk to reward management. And basically, Monex also has free seminars like the one that you just mentioned this Thursday on the 12th of September at our Monex Investindo branch at Kabun City.
Yeah.
This is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And basically over here we'll be discussing about introduction to financial market, how to trade the gold and currencies, and basically strategies as well, and you can implement to suit your strategy or suit your character. So if you would like to join for our seminar, you can subscribe by calling Sally at 021-3270-7611.
All right, very fruitful discussion this evening. And I love that idea, introducing the capital market to Indonesian investors. Mr. Vicky Amarnani from Monex Invest in the Futures, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Best luck for the event also, sir.
Thank you so much.
And that's wrap up our talk show for this time. Hope to have you soon in the next Economic Buzz with other issues to bring up in the discussion. I'm Erwin Surya Brata, wishing you best luck in doing your business today. Let's talk about your business in eBuzz only on MNC Business, the first business channel in Indonesia.